Every year, EA Sports FC can be approached with the same old questions. What has actually changed this time around? Is it truly a new game or simply the same experience with a new coat of paint? There's always a slew of flashy new marketing terms like Hypermotion V or FCIQ designed to catch our attention. But even with all the buzzwords, often the changes are merely surface level, and this year is no different. A series of incremental improvements and adjustments add to the fun through novelty, but they're hardly a sweeping revolution. And while the exciting new Rush mode adds an interesting twist, it can't fully disguise the fact that everything else feels too familiar, and the excitement for yearly releases is seriously wearing thin. The freshest part of FC 25 this year is its Rush mode, which is available across Kickoff, Ultimate Team, Career, and Clubs. Rush focuses on 4 outfield players and a keeper controlled by the AI, making it an ideal option for those who don't always have a full squad, but still want to jump into the action nonetheless. Whether teaming up with friends or jumping in solo, Rush offers a level of accessibility that's hard to resist. Although there are no long-term goals beyond earning Rush points, the mode is still surprisingly engaging. Kickoffs are reimagined, with players racing toward the center of the pitch as the ball is launched into play, reminiscent of Rocket League. Each match lasts just 7 minutes with a golden goal period if scores are tied by the whistle. If no one scores, the match proceeds to a tense, close-range penalty shootout. These adjustments make Rush a fast-paced, high-scoring spectacle, especially in the neon-lit Nike Air Zoom Arena. The stadium, modeled after Nike's mercurial football boots, looks stunning. There's a superb atmosphere during games, tipped by Fernando Palomo's commentary, who screams an overall exuberant "Goal!" several times per match. It might eventually get grating, but he keeps the energy high from the first whistle. Rush's smaller pitch also opens up opportunities for increased tactical play, with an overall experience that's more relaxed and enjoyable compared to the standard 11v11 modes. This can especially be felt while playing defensively. Slowing down the action and focusing on marking and shutting down attacks can be just as satisfying as blistering forward runs. It's like choosing to be a medic in Battlefield. It's not glamorous, but it's honest work. And when it clicks, it can make all the difference. All that helps Rush emerge as the standout mode within Ultimate Team and across FC 25 this year, particularly in the absence of other major overhauls. Minor FUT tweaks are present, such as the decoupling of rivals' friendlies from hardcore matchmaking, but Rush still feels like the most significant addition.
Really? Can he finish? Oh, yes, it's a ripper! There was no margin for error with that!
When it comes to tangible changes on the pitch outside of Rush mode, FC 25 delivers its usual suite of minor tweaks. Passing is slightly snappier compared to last year, and shooting feels smooth and responsive with a satisfying weight. Weather effects in offline modes like Career, such as rain or wind, add an amusingly unpredictable layer, with the ball sometimes skidding on the wet surface. These moments bring enjoyable imperfections that mirror the beautiful game.
Oh, he really should be putting that one into the net.
Another of the standout changes is FCIQ, which replaces the old work rate system. Players now move according to a variety of newly assigned roles, making smarter runs based on their preferred playstyle, which leads to more intuitive movement without the need for constant manual inputs. This also extends to Ultimate Team's evolving player roles, which adjust based on real-life performances. So if someone like Jude Bellingham plays deeper in the Champions League midweek, it could see him re-emerge as a playmaker via an in-game update.
Electing to shoot, and there it is! Another goal, and surely there's no way back from this now!
However, the level of control still pales in comparison to the more tactical-heavy sims found in Football Manager, and the initial impressiveness of FC IQ wears off fast. The desired depth just isn't quite there yet, and the expanded tactical roles, while intriguing, often don't translate into significant changes on the pitch as you might expect, especially when defenders lag behind most of the action. Defensive issues are compounded by the new FC IQ tactical options, which are supposed to give you more control over how your team plays, yet somehow end up more restrictive than ever. Defending is half of football, yet it currently feels like an afterthought. Instructions like telling players to press heavily after losing the ball are gone, and whether you're playing a low, medium, or high aggression style, it's the same slow, boring result.
And his teammate got him out of trouble.
Like clockwork, defenders wander out of position, nonchalantly track back, and leave holes for fast players to breeze past with ease. Near track athlete level speedsters like Mickey van de Ven even sometimes find themselves unable to catch up with less than zippy attackers. And even when they finally do accelerate, it's rigid and unnatural, like they're moving along a predetermined path. The increased focus on tactical wizardry is undoubtedly a good direction for FC25 to steer towards with the FC IQ, but the changes are incremental at best, and the gameplay still feels as stale as ever. Speaking of tactical prowess, fan favorite offline mode Career has also finally received some much needed attention. But like the rest of FC25, the changes are bittersweet. Customization has improved, allowing for more flexible board expectations and player development management, particularly when handling youth talent. FC25's welcoming of several major women's leagues is also long overdue and much appreciated. The ability to seamlessly drift between the men's and women's leagues and teams within one career mode save is particularly neat.
Oh, that's how to win the ball.
Yet, career mode still struggles under the weight of the same issues that plague the overall package. Alongside the stagnant gameplay, clunky menus remain a major drawback and are even more egregious within Career. Even simple tasks like searching for players or setting tactics are slower than ever, and for a game that actively encourages you to slow down, tweak formations, and customize player roles, the new menu system chugs 2 steps behind inputs, making what should be an enjoyable experience feel like a chore.
I'm sure that both sides will be a little bit rusty, but hopefully we get a good game.
EA has clearly tried to modernize FC25 with some new features, but the efforts are undermined by how outdated and unintuitive the rest of it still feels. It takes a step in the right direction with these new additions, but they aren't enough to overcome the inertia holding it back.
Compete and give your all, and you will make your case for the upcoming match.
This can be seen in the uneven graphics as well. Premier League games, in particular, benefit from a sharp presentation including new scoreboards, broadcast-style overlays, and team-specific on-screen graphics that stand out. Under ideal conditions and lighting, some top players look better than ever.
That's a foul, and the sort of tackle that could mean further trouble.
Yet, unsurprisingly, graphical quirks still persist from previous entries, even going years back. Glitchy cutscenes and commentary that never aligns with the action are still a scourge on every game. And while the new Cranium system aims to make players without facial scans appear more natural alongside top-tier talent from the biggest leagues, it's inconsistent at best. Many players, especially the randomly generated youth talent in Career, look like they've been pulled from a waxy, uncanny valley hell.
Making up pace, this could be dangerous.
FC25 isn't alone in this, with similar issues such as animation bugs or awkward character models persisting in other annual sports games like Madden and NBA 2K. But the reoccurring problems are becoming harder to justify after years of the same old story glossed over in every new entry.
An early yellow card, well that might set the tone.
He needs to be a bit smarter there so early on in the game to get booked. may change how he approaches the rest of the game.
After more than 20 years of EA Sports football titles, the cracks in this series are no longer subtle, they're threatening its foundation. FC 25 takes steps forward, including some interesting new features such as the fast-paced and compelling rush mode, but much of the package beyond that continues to feel overly familiar. Gameplay tweaks that are heading in the right direction don't stop it from being stale and uninteresting this year, and struggles with a clunky, touchscreen-inspired UI bog everything down. Rush is the best thing to happen to the series in years, but even that can't fully mask the prominent underlying problems. For more 2024 sports games, check out our reviews of College Football 25 or NBA 2K25. And for everything else, stick with IGN.